We need to. All right, so triangle choke defense. Once everybody becomes competent at triangles, if you don't know triangle defense, everyone's gonna be triangling each other all the time. It's gonna be awesome because you're all gonna land them, but it's not gonna be awesome because you're all gonna get tapped in them constantly. So we have two things that we're gonna do. It's gonna be similar to the Americana video, where the first one's really a prevention rather than a defense. The second one is the most common defense, highest percentage, most common defense you have once the triangle is actually being hit on you. So Dan's over here, he's got me in close guard. So if Dan throws, let's see, we were working from this side, so this arm's in, Dan throws his triangle over the top here, right? And he's here. If he starts locking this, like I'm close to being triangled, right? So once he gets this loose triangle, I have to do some sort of a triangle escape. So before this happens, right, Dan has one arm in, one arm out, and that's why I'm in the triangle. So let's go real quick. Before that happens, the preventative measure to take for the triangles is to make sure that your arms are either both in. If they're both in, Dan, throw your legs up and try to triangle me. He can't triangle me from here because both my arms are in, right? He needs one arm out so that his leg can come over the top and close the neck on this side, right? So if both arms are in, Dan can't triangle me. Likewise, if I'm going for a pass, and let's say that I'm going for, let's say that we're going for the single under, bam, we're right here, and Dan starts to kind of throw this leg up and scoot this leg out, right? This leg starts coming up, and I feel like, oh, maybe he's gonna throw a triangle on me. If I can get, like, maybe he'll throw a triangle on me here. If I can work my arm, go real quick. If I can work my arm as he's throwing it under, so I'm both out, I'm not in a triangle either. So Dan, try to triangle me from here. No triangle, right? So there's no triangle from here with two arms out. There's no triangle here from two arms in. If Dan does that single leg adjustment like he was doing, and he gets one arm in, one arm out, he has me in a triangle, right? Even if it's a loose triangle, it's on its way to a triangle or an arm bar or something else. So two arms in, two arms out is the preventative measure, right? So now Dan has grabbed the loose triangle on me. With the loose triangle, Dan's only a couple steps away from locking up the true triangle choke on me and submitting me. So the first step I want to do to start escaping this, the most common way to escape this, is I want to get an arm that's in sort of across Dan's body, right? And now that might sound counterintuitive because Dan wants my arm completely across the body like this. So you can pull my head down and make that sort of sandwich right there, get rid of any of the space and tap me out. So what I want to do is I want to take this arm and shove it kind of diagonally across, right? So you can see there's a very different angle. So instead of having my arm right here, I have my arm almost up towards the shoulder. When I do this, I want to make sure that my arm is angled where it's not completely with my elbow down, so you can adjust an arm bar real easily. And I don't want it to be like completely up and backwards, so my elbow's upwards, because he can land a reverse arm bar on me. So I want my arm to be kind of sideways across the shoulder like this, right? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start working the pressure down on this leg and working my legs around his body on that side. If I come in this direction like this, Dan's just gonna start closing the triangle on me. My arm's gonna go at the wrong angle, and he's gonna tap me, right? So what I wanna do is same position, but I wanna follow my arm inside. So from right here, I'm gonna grab onto his pants. If I'm in gi, if I'm in no gi, probably get a thumb behind his knee right here. I'm gonna start working myself in this direction. So as you can see, I'm getting pressure on Dan's hamstring, so I can do a stacked position. And if he tries to choke me from here, he doesn't have a great angle on the leg that's actually flush against my neck. So if I can get enough pressure from here, sometimes I can just push, pull, and work myself where I don't have a head and an arm in there. If he has it pretty tight on me, he's got like a real good triangle lock from here, and I'm here and I can't get the pressure, what I'm gonna do is as I'm sort of turning this corner, I'm gonna get this leg up high like this, I'm gonna sit myself down and throw this leg over his body. So from here, now it's very hard for Dan to use his legs to control my posture. And what I can do is either use one leg or both legs to get like the best posture possible and just pop his ankles open. Once this is here, both arms out, right? So I went from one arm in, one arm out to boom, there's space here now. This arm comes here, come back. I can either disengage, or if I'm able to get under the leg, I start working my guard pass from the triangle defense. So let's get ourselves into that again. So Dan jumps this arm, boom, right there, right, he's there. He has me in the triangle. If I go in this direction, the arm's going across my neck and he's just gonna squeeze and get finished. So what I want to do is take this sort of 45-degree angle with this arm, elbow facing towards his opposite shoulder, start getting some pressure on that leg, on the hamstring, by bringing my legs behind myself. Thumb goes in the knee, or I get a hold of the pant leg. When I feel that it's kind of loose, pull my head out, and then I'm not in it anymore. Now only one arm's in, and it's not in the correct direction for arm bar. Or if it's still really tight from here, use these legs that are coming around his body to go across the body while I sit down, extend my body back. When I feel his ankles have opened, swing my arm inside, boom, pass, or just disengage.